What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstructure. I'm H. This is E, and we are back with our first video.
That's right. And today we're going to talk about foundation. But before we get into it, go ahead and bang that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I know it's crazy. Don't forget to subscribe. And H, tell us about foundation.
Well, Foundation is this new potential sci-fi favorite show.
Uh
So
huh.
basically, what this is, just in short, this is from a story written by Isaac Asimov. Apple picked it up. This is the story that influenced movies like Star Wars and Dune, and there's a lot of potential. I like what I see so far. So we have an empire. You have all these worlds, a potential war, somebody predicting the future, a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue. So
A lot
uh,
of things being set up in the beginning. So you said that you liked it. Is that correct, H?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I did. So from the characters, I know it's a slow burn, so it's a lot of build up right now.
And
And
that's the thing. We were talking about this earlier, and for me, the first two videos, I understand that they're building everything up, but it was kind of slow. It's like give me something to make me stay there. But I know that there's a lot coming down the pipe, and we'll see. I think the third episode sort of got into it a little bit, but the first two episodes were they developed too slowly for me. Go ahead, H.
so this is the kind of show that there is a lot going on. So I do understand that they have to kind of give us a build up, introduce us to the characters, so we can care about the characters, care
Yeah.
about the story, what they're trying to tell us, so we can get curious. Because there was a lot of curiosity that definitely piqued for me in the first couple of episodes, and now with episode three, I'm even more intrigued. This was definitely the hook for me. I'm
Yeah,
excited to watch it
absolutely.
again.
That's
I
right.
definitely want to get into that.
Yeah, and um, first, let's start off with the characters. What are some of the characters that you were interested in? Some of the characters that I don't know that maybe you don't
Yeah.
care for. Go ahead, H.
So the characters are definitely interesting, and I would say that I'm gonna start with the one that I probably care the least, and sadly, that is going to be Brother Dusk, the
Brother Dust.
older brother. But there's something very interesting there as well, because that whole dynamic between Brother Dawn, Day, and Dusk is just there's a lot of curiosity there.
Uh huh.
I'm not too curious to
Absolutely.
know about the older version, but you see the child.
The
You see,
dynamic between them, we've never seen clones that grow up and become like full fledged adults, and so the interaction and the dynamic between them all is really bizarre. And it's funny because they're between Brother Dusk and Brother Day towards this end of the second episode rather. There's a little bit of like a little fight,
friction.
a little friction there. So it's like you're actually fighting with yourself, which is kind of crazy to imagine, but it's true, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and just for those who don't know, basically what these characters are, these three characters that we mentioned, Brother Dawn, Brother Day, Brother Dusk. Essentially, what they are is Emperor Cleon the First cloned himself to always maintain control of this particular empire. So you're gonna have three versions of him at all times: one that's learning, one that's currently ruling, and one that's like the advisor or in the advisory role. Uh, the one great thing they did about the show was that the actor playing uh the actor playing the character of the brother Day is one of my favorite actors. So essentially, he is able to really scare you on screen. So you don't want to be in his empire, and this guy is gonna hand down some kind of judgment on you. Lee Pace conveys that through the screen. He's amazing. I've been a fan of his ever since *Halt and Catch Fire*. I think he just kills everything that he does. What about you?
Absolutely. Great acting for sure. And he really got my attention when he didn't hesitate or flinch to kill a loyal guy that had
The
been
painter,
working
yeah.
for him for over 60 years. And the way that he killed him was really dramatic because he didn't just shoot him. Who knows what type of weapons they have, but in the future, actually, we kind of saw the different types of weapons that they have in the third episode. But he splattered him, so there was malice in
Brutal,
yeah
brutal.
in that execution. And the thing is like who's going to clean that up? I wouldn't want to clean that. And the guy was a pool of blood. That was it. He's a great actor, and he really brought that home. I know the director is clear that the director wanted to show how ruthless he can be when it comes to protecting his empire.
The other two characters that were also interesting to me were Gal, who's like the female protagonist of the show. She's the girl that's brought from her world to work with Harry in regards to figuring out what the future of this empire is going to be, because they are trying to predict something happening here. We're trying to keep very vague, not too many spoilers there, although we're talking about the story. The other one was Rage. Rage story to me is very interesting. I want to see what's happening with that. Now that we have episode 3, I want to see what happened, because we see a lot
H,
of back and forth and
yeah.
the
So
jumping around.
H, tell me why? Spoiler alert. I'm just going to get into it. H, why did Rach kill Harry? Harry.
So I don't know. I think maybe either he realized that since he's in love with the main character, the female, he either realized that he has something really bad planned for her,
Hmm.
or he realized that everything that Harry was doing may be leading them to nothing, and he had the ulterior motives. So now he's like, "Well, you made me
Because
waste all this time. So what's going on?"
yeah, because they were really close, sort of like a father son
Yeah, yeah.
relationship, and then all of a sudden, it seems like Harry becomes jealous or kind of full of himself, and in order to make himself look better in a certain situation, he put down the guy that was closest to him, and the guy that was there, if not from the beginning, but for a long time. So then a few scenes later, you see Rach killing Harry, which you sort of gotta scratch your head on that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely it was the cliffhanger of episode 2 for sure. You see him expelled the main character on that pod. We don't know what's happening to her. We don't really see much about that on episode 3. Um, the other character that at the beginning, I'll be completely honest, I
Hmm.
didn't even realize was gonna be a major character. It is the servant or the companion of the emperor. I believe she goes by Decimero. I may be killing the name, but I believe that's
Yeah,
Demercel. I believe that's what the name
exactly.
is. And I think she's an android, some kind of robot that's been with the Emperor for like over 400 years.
See, and this is, I think, this is one of those clues or plots that they're laying out for the long term because in episode 3 they go through the history of the different emperors that were cloned, and they show that she was there from the beginning. And if
It's
you,
guiding, yeah.
yeah, if you pay attention, she mentions that she remembers everything, and and that includes the slaughter of her people by the emperor. Which she had mentioned in the second episode. She said that they killed everyone except for her. So I wonder how far that love goes for the emperor. When she also mentioned that you always leave, which is why she doesn't get too attached. She does. She doesn't forget anything, and
For anyone, yeah.
they killed her people, her kind. So how much of a toll does that take long term? Can she go 1,000 years, 2,000 years like this?
Well, she's almost halfway there for sure.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's interesting,
Uh huh.
episode I believe it was episode 2, when you see him, you see Brother Day just basically decimate the council of those two other worlds. Anachron was one of the worlds, and decimate those people. Brother Don is talking to Demercel, and does this always happen? Is this question, and she goes, something along those lines. And she goes, "Yeah, you always choose this particular way." So you can kind of see a little bit of a crack in their relationship, or a little bit of regret on how the emperor acts every time. And even you fast forward to the future on episode 3, that when you see that jump back of 414 years in the future, where we see that now the previous brother Day is now brother Don. The brother Don is now brother Day. We have a baby, which is gonna be the new brother Don,
Uh
and
huh.
then you have the funniest, or not the funniest, but at least the most interesting part of the whole thing to me was a new brother. The previous brother, Dusk, becomes brother Darkness, and I only
Darkness.
imagine Dave Chappelle dressed
Darkness.
as Rick James saying "Darkness, everybody, this is
Charlie
brother
Murphy.
Darkness."
Yeah.
So to me, that was very funny.
R.I.P. By the
But
way.
you see that you see that transition, and then when we go even further into the future, that baby grows to become brother Dong around teenage years. You see him erasing that picture that on his final days, brother, the former brother Darkness was painting his room. He's like, well, I grown it, we can delete it, so he didn't really care, kind of
It's
kissing
very
away.
telling that yeah he didn't care for it. But H, tell me real quick, and I'm going to ask the viewers this as well. In the comments, tell us which character do you like the most, and give us some predictions on how they're going to develop in the future. I'm very curious about the character Salver, Salver, who's the governor of Terminus. I'm very curious about what her role will be in the future. It's clear that it's going to be big. She gets into a little bit of trouble in episode three. I'm sure that she gets out of it. I'm curious to see how that actually happens. And I think that's going to open the gateway to um, a few other situations. What are your thoughts, H?
No, certainly. I can definitely see that she is now the key in once we go back to the future, we see this enigma type character, which is Salvo Hardin, and we don't know anything about her. She's we now on episode 3. We do know that she's the warden of Terminus, and she's the only one who can get close to this structure called the Vault, and nobody else knows what this is. He's figuring out that this has a field that nobody can enter. This is expanding.
Hmm.
We see her fighting. Or trying to catch some kind of monster, and there's a cliffhanger at the end of the episode 3 as well. So she's definitely gonna play some kind of part, a big portion, a big part on here. I wonder what are the theories of who this person is. My vote goes that she may be the daughter of Gal, who's the main female character, because I believe she was pregnant. There was a lot of foreshadowing
I
on that
definitely
episode
think
too.
that too. Yeah, I think that she's the daughter of her, and I think that they throw us off the center of the track when they open up that what is it called
The Vault.
the vault that Harry had, and she isn't able to figure it out. I think they kind of throw us off the scent. Maybe she got Rachel's uh, abilities and brain. Who knows? But uh, ultimately, I think she is the daughter, and I think that she will play a big role clearly in the future.
No, certainly, I completely agree with you. Um, Now, there's a lot that happens. I mean, this is a TV show. It reminds me a bit of a Game of Thrones that you have to watch the episode a couple of times, just because every time you watch and rewatch, you get something new. You learn something new.
Yeah, H.
And go
What do
ahead,
you
go.
think? What do you think is going to happen with these new visitors that are coming to the planet right now?
Well,
And the visitors. Spoiler alert! Again, the visitors they're not obeying protocol at all. Um, so,
well,
what are we to think?
they're from Anachrom, so this is the same people that were decimated by Brother Day at episode 2. So this is maybe the descendants of those people. So they may be rebels. I think they're trying to throw us of the scent, and I think they're gonna come in there to kind of form some kind of alliance to go against the Empire. What do you think?
I definitely think that they're going to end up going against the Empire. It's inevitable. I don't think there would be a TV show without some type of adversity or some type of force going against the Empire. Is Are they the people that do it? Yeah, I think so.
If they are not, they're at least gonna be play a big role in that, because I think it's gonna be a combination of multiple different factors. Because we still don't know who led the people who destroyed the elevator to space that they had there. Uh, to me, in my opinion, I think that's something into Harry's plans in
Hmm.
regards to his psycho history or psycho mathematics that he has. I think that's something that he planned out for all this to start happening. Domino effect.
Very impressive thus far. Harry was able to predict everything except for his own death. So
I don't know. You might be surprised. I know.
maybe he pops up. That would be pretty interesting. Like if he can predict his own or elude his own death, that hey, I tip my hat to you, good sir. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, let me ask you. After this conversation, how did you feel about the show now? I know the first couple episodes you went,
The first couple episodes were very slow, and they finally gave us a little bit of action and left us with the cliffhanger. You know, there's the first couple episodes. I guess things were going relatively smoothly, even though they had a few executions and things of that nature. But now something's out of whack. It's and now they have a situation that they have to deal with, and again, they left us with the cliffhanger at the end. So I'm officially hooked now.
yes,
There you go.
I'm hooked too. And you know what? I gotta give it to Apple and Apple TV Plus. The service had a low start, but the shows they don't have a lot of stuff, but the shows that they have quality shows. I'm very impressed by it. Like I like C, the morning show, Mythic
Love the
Quest is
morning show.
hilarious. I highly recommend everybody checking that out. Servant is a little weird, but it hooks you because you want to know. So what's happening? What's the mystery in this show? There's more stuff there as well,
Yeah.
and more stuff coming. There's a new show, Invasion, coming up next month as well.
Invasion?
Invasion,
Invasion. Okay,
about
my bad.
aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all over it. I'm
No,
all
no,
over
no.
it.
It's my fault. Bad hearing. It's all good. Yeah. That sounds interesting. I love Ted. Ted's my number one show off of Apple. And I love the morning show. Great actors, all of them, all around. It's an all star cast. C, I have to give it another try. I didn't get into it at first. It seemed kind of unrealistic to me at first, but you give it a high endorsement, so I'll try it again.
The problem with Jon Stewart, I gotta check it out.
Oh, yeah,
That's new. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I'm gonna definitely check it out as soon as I can.
absolutely. Love John Stewart. Um, so H, any predictions on what's going to come up in the next episode?
The next episode, this is at least this is what I hope it happens. I want to know, okay, what happened to God when she was expelled from that capsule.
Hmm.
I want to know what these new visitors or invaders want with the people in Terminus. I want to know about that. My main. Oh, and of course, what's happening in the Empire? What is the status of the Empire right now in the future? If we're gonna stay in the future.
All right. And
Oh,
for me, personally, what I want to see in the next episode is I want to see Brother Dusk whoop Brother Day's butt. I'm just saying.
not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Not happening. Arthritis. It's
It's
a hell
not
of a
going to
thing.
happen. It's all good. And that's today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'm E. This is H. We are unstructured. We'll see you on the next one.